Hello everyone, my name is Joel Jordan and I've been playing piano now for 3 months today. I started on January the 16th and it's been 12 weeks. So that's 3 months, give or take. So give or take a few days because of February. So I am already a musician, as you can see probably behind me, the guitars and bass. I play and I teach guitar as my living, and before lockdown I was a professional musician performing, but my knowledge on piano was nothing. Okay, I had no knowledge on piano. I knew where middle C was and I could play a C major chord, and that's about it. Did I use correct fingering? Probably not. I was probably like thumb playing, trying to play them, right? So no knowledge. Yes, of course my progress has rapidly sped. I'm doing grade 2 music now at 3 month mark because I'm a musician already and it's my life, it's everything I do. We're very one-sided. I don't have other interests. This is me, is music. I even got the watch, okay, the piano watch. So yes, music is everything to me, and that definitely does help. But also, it's not a fluke or anything like that. I put in a lot of hours every single day. I don't have other commitments apart from my job of teaching guitar, which of course because of lockdown has grown smaller in at the moment, but that will pick up. But I'll still keep my piano practice. So I don't want people to be disheartened if they have been playing the same amount of time with me or even longer and they're feeling, oh my word, I'm nowhere near this point. Well, it's because you probably have other things that you need to do, like life gets in the way and not everyone can fit in the hours of practicing, and that's okay. We all go at our own different paces, and that's not what I'm here, not here to gloat, just to say that it's very, very possible to be able to get to a certain point after a short space of time. So what have I done in all this time? Well, like I said, I've done grade 2. I'm starting my grade 2 ABRSM. I'm not taking the exam. I just always want to test myself by being able to play the pieces in a book, okay? So I choose one from each category, once listening to them on YouTube, and then I'll read the music. So my reading was very, very poor before, and that rhymes, very poor. I couldn't read 2 clefs or anything like that, so that's been a massive, massive thing. I've always trusted my ears, so being able to read it and be very particular about certain notes, even in my head I want it to sound sometimes different. It's just a musician thing. It's been hard, so that's been my most time consuming thing, but just an example. So we got 4 bars of that piece of music, right? Spent about 10 days and about 30 minutes every day on it, and I've definitely got this song down now. I need to play it up to 126 BPM. And then I've chosen my B piece, First Flakes Are Falling, very, very nice. And I've got a C piece as well, which I picked up very quickly. I don't know whether that's to do with music background, but classical music for me I really struggle with because I've never really dealt with it at all or listened to it. But anything like blues, I mean, I've picked up some stuff I can play, like a things like that, and Fats Domino, things like that, because I love that kind of music, blues, so it's very natural. And same as jazz, I can hear things and swing notes. So when you see swing notes in like the adult Alfred Method book, I know what that means: long, short, long, short, long, short. That kind of thing, I know how that works because I'm a very big fan of it. Classical music like the Alberti bass and Baroque, oh my word, with like the left hand doing separate things, like a Bach. I'm going to botch this up completely now. I've been learning this for ages, but I think it's a grade 3 piece. That's probably why I'm struggling. Yeah, it's and there's left hand's doing other things at the same time, playing these melodies. That's Baroque music for you, so that's very difficult. for me anyway. So I practice all of that kind of thing every day. I work through the Alfred book. I'm on Alfred level 2. I don't play every song anymore all the time like I did in Alfred level 1, because you get to a point when you some songs in there, no, I don't want to do this song. La Bamba was one for me in Alfred 2. I didn't like that version. It's really hard. There's some really hard songs in there, but then the next song would be like, a really simple melody with some chords. Oh, wrong key. Something like that, it's very easy, whereas La Bamba's like, dun, 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 like all these kind of crazy hand chords, and that's way earlier in the book, for example. So sometimes the difficulty is a bit funny when you get to the second book anyway. The first book's very good with progression. I've also got a Blues Method book, which I've been using. It's a massive tome. They say it's for grade 3 above, but because of my affiliation with that kind of music, I felt like I could start it, and I have done quite well. A little bit I showed you earlier. Then I also before I play any music every day, as in any songs, I will do my scales and technique. So I'll do Hanon, up to 10 exercises now, and they get harder and harder. So you get stuff like so on and so on. I play that with a metronome, and then I do my other technical exercises in this fun kids book called A Dozen a Day. It's an anthology I have anyway, and it just goes from very basic, but these are really good. It's great warm-ups, and you should definitely warm up every time you start the day with piano. You don't have to do it every time you go for dinner or whatever and come back and play. If you're having multiple sessions in the day, I don't. Maybe you need to do that if you're going to play something like Liszt or do Hanon before you do that, but you don't need to do that. But just make sure your wrists are all relaxed. It's just a bit of advice there. So that's my repertoire. Classical. I'm just working through like graded material. I'll Google a lot about what's right for my level. I don't want to push. Of course, I want to play things like Fur-Elise and Moonlight Sonata and Mozart's Sonata in C. And Chopin, of course I do, but I know that I'll just be there for months learning a song, which I can learn a lot quicker once I'm at that grade. So I test myself, not doing the exams, but I do the pieces, and I make sure I know the technical requirements for that level 2. So I'm not just playing the pieces, I also know all these different scales now, right? So I started back in January. I couldn't play you a C major scale without tripping over my thumb, crossing your thumb over. Now, of course I can, and many other scales as well. I add a new scale every week, and sometimes multiple ones, because in minor scales, as a lot of you may already know, if you've been playing a few months, that minor scales have 3 different types. So you need to know. Well, you don't need to know them, I guess, but it's good to know them. You got your major, natural, sorry. You got your harmonic. It's got that Eastern vibe to it, and then a melodic one, very strange. And then coming back normal, unless it's jazz, then. Oh, I don't know if I can play this, never tried this in piano. That's the jazz version. The melodic goes up and then comes back down exactly the same way. So, doing my scales. This takes me time, That's why my progress is, because I've spent hours on these kind of things. 2 hours at least on scales and technique and Hanon and warm-ups. Takes up a lot of time, and then I have my lunch, whatever, and then come back to the piano like just around this time now when I'm recording this. And then I'll start my methods and some repertoire. But I've also done pop music. See, I'm trying to do everything because I want piano to become a part of my music life, not just a hobby and an interest for me. So if I'm going to be a proficient musician at it, I need to practice lots of different genres. So I've learned some pop tunes. Hey Jude. messing this up. It's because I'm on camera. And I'll sing along with it as well. The Scientist. Same kind of vibe. Mad World, I posted a video on. Let It Be. Some rock and roll as well. Let me show you one of them. This is one I learned. So I add a new song every few weeks in pop. I don't spend ages on this. I sing the songs and I let it go. Johnny Be Good, right? On the piano. It's for guitar normally. So yeah, that's just a quick rundown. If anyone is interested to see what kind of books I've got a load. I'm happy to do a video like similar to this. But yes, I just thought I would post a video just talking about my progress more than showing videos, because I've kind of already posted a few of them, like my grade 1 pieces from RCM. And I thought this would be better just to have a quick discussion and talk about my progress. I'm really chuffed. It's nothing about gloating. I'm just very happy to be now involved in the piano community and with fellow pianists. And if anyone is learning at very early stages, just do not be disheartened. Even if you weren't a musician before, we all have music inside us, and just be patient with it. If you haven't got loads of hours for the day, which most of us don't, then don't worry about it. You'll get to a certain point when you'll get there. Cool. And that's my 3 months anniversary today, so I'm gonna spend the next hours practicing piano. I'll see you later.